Hello, my name is Victoria and you're watching Plantastics. You're probably wondering why I'm holding a cupcake container, and it's because it can carry a lot of plants and I'm fixing to go to a plant swap, so that's kind of good that it can hold so many. So I just wanted you to see this because you can fit 3, 6, 9, you could fit the weather's changing and my voice is not a fan, so you can fit 12 9-ounce little crystal cups in here, and I think that's great. So I'm gonna toss that to the side. We have quite a few plants here. I'm gonna show you what I'm bringing to the swap, and then I'll also show you kind of what I brought. So this is a sundew. It's a carnivorous plant, and I have one I purchased in March, and now I have 50 because they grow like crazy from just like they just divide. This is a Venus flytrap. Same thing. I had one and now I have like 5 or 6, so I am giving them away. This is a Ctenanthe fishbone, sometimes called a calathea, and this is a lime. Let me face it towards you. This is a lime striped maranta, also known as the prayer plant. And then I have 2 Atlata nepenthes right here. This one's not looking that great. This one's looking better. The leaves look actually quite terrible, but the root systems are pretty established. And these are temporary containers. I didn't drill drainage because these are basically all either rooted cuttings or things that I divided. And I'm just going to make sure that they know that. I just didn't want something drippy literally going everywhere. This is a Ave, or it's like an Ave Maria something, a Syngonium though. And the more light you expose it to, the more the inside of the heart-shaped leaves turn pink. So there's that. They're really not remarkable looking to me. I purchased one and it's gotten huge, so I'm just going to slowly give it away until there's no more. And then here's another Ctenanthe. So I have a pretty good variety of these. Now I have been busy with my African violets and I'll be posting a video of that soon. Jesus Christ, had 4 African violets. Every time a leaf has fallen off, I have put it in soil. And each one has rooted. So now I've got like 50 African violets and it's crazy. I think I'm gonna sell them at a farmer's market or something, but some of them were suckers, so I pulled them out. So their symmetry is not beautiful yet. So I'm waiting for them all to become more symmetrical, and hopefully they can be blooming size, but they're just standard African violets from Walmart. But yeah, so this is what I'm taking, and I will see you in a minute when I get back what I got. Hello, I am back, and I've got a couple of new friends. Oh, some of these are so tall, they're like falling out of the box. Oh my gosh. So in the description, I'm going to put all the names, but for now, I'm just going to say this plant, that plant, because a lot of these didn't have names. So if you know their names, let me know. This is a Ctenanthe. I don't know what variety. Since they had mimosas, and I used my mimosa cup and I got some water because this poor little baby, she was just so dry and she was just curling up. You know how they do their signs of distress. So this one's really cute, really, really tall, very pretty. I'm hoping that I can get a cluster of it and kind of put it somewhere behind me. I don't know if you can tell, but I moved my trio star here. This peace lily is huge. Like, I need to divide it or something because it is like so, I have to water it just about every day. And then I have a plant nanny in there. I don't know if you can see. It's just the terracotta spike with the water. Yeah, so that's, and then I've got my, it's hard to point, my Dieffenbachia here. So I've moved things around, but this one's really tall and just adds some height. So I'm hoping that I can get this to grow and divide and kind of just fill out that space behind me. You know I love begonias, and you know I love cane begonias. Well, this is an iridescent cane begonia, and I am in love. Look how beautiful. And it's not looking glass. It's something else, I believe. Maybe Mimi or something. I'm not really sure, but I am going to repot this one and kind of cut it and put it into some water and just kind of get a fuller looking plant. And then there's another plant swap I know of. I think there's two. I think there's one in November and there's one in December. So maybe I can have some rooted cuttings of this that I bring. Here is String of Hearts. And the people that gave me this actually grew these from seed. And I was really shocked because I didn't know you could do that. Like, I've seen their blooms, but I just never thought to do it. Like, I know people propagate, you know, with cuttings. And I thought that was so cool that they were able to do that. And then there was this guy, and he had a hoya, and it was just humongous, and he let me have a cutting. And I'm just so happy, and I hope that I'm able to root this. And I got some more. I've got some nerve plants, and I traded my sundew for this nerve plant, and it's just so beautiful and textured. I'm looking to start either a paludarium or something of that nature, something that's like an enclosure, and it'll be funny, but it'll look like a tree frog habitat, but it's just going to be plants in there. And this would make a really great addition to that. It's in my head. I haven't started it yet. It's just an idea right now. Here is another begonia, and it is iridescent. It is not a cane begonia. I haven't had much luck with this type, but you know, my luck might change. I had a red begonia that was on my plant tour, and I gave everyone a piece of it, and everyone's just doing great, but mine, I put it on my back porch, and I think it just got too dry a couple too many times, and she's not doing too great. So yeah, so this is so cool. It's a corpse cactus or a corpse plant. And it looks like the monster from Stranger Things. Like, the bloom literally looks like, look at the bloom to cactus ratio. It's crazy. It's crazy. And the girl, I think her name was Taylor, she just gave me this. I was like, oh my God, this is beautiful. It does stink. Its name is very fitting. I do not recommend you smell them. They're kind of gross. So those are the plants that I was able to trade. Oh wait, there's two more. I got some sanseveria that's variegated. I just have the dark green ones, and they're really tall actually. They're in my living room. I just love this so much. And I brought the prayer plant cuttings, you know, and nobody wanted them because they're like, oh, I kill them all the time. And I'm like, oh, just do this, this, and this. And they're like, oh, I've never done that. So hopefully it lives for them. So the store did announce that they're selling some rare plants, and of course I had to get this melanochrysum. It is beautiful. It's everything that I wanted, and I've been looking at just purchasing cuttings and trying to grow a fuller plant, and this one was just, oh my gosh, it's just beautiful. And I hate that it got caught in between some of the flower pots and got pinched on the way home. And she's definitely got her angles. Like, she's definitely, this is the front and this is the back, but it's okay because I've got grow lights and they can level out. For now, I think that I'm just going to leave it like it is in its pot for now and give it a chance to get acclimated. And yeah, so the best thing about this is obviously plants, but I also got to meet some new people, get some Instagram handles, and get some trading going outside of a plant swap, because whenever you get handles from people, you can just trade. Like, let's say my Nepenthes, Bill Bailey does a little, makes 3 offshoots of baby plants. Like, I like to just immediately separate them as soon as they're able to be separated, and then just give them to someone. So that'll be great. I have new people that I can just give my plants to, and they can do the same to me, because that's just so much fun. It's just so exciting. It's like Christmas, and there's plants in that it's your new friend. So I'm excited for that. So Whoopsies! My tripod likes to just drop sometimes, and luckily it hasn't happened yet, but here we are. Fun! So, I am going to isolate these basically from my other plants and repot some of them. This one I'm going to chop and prop pretty much, just because the whole pot is leaning. It's such a big and tall plant. And it is actually really nice. So I'm just going to chop it up, put it in water, propagate it, and isolate these. I like to do a very weak spray. It's a 3-in-1, and it's like a bunch of essential oils, and it smells amazing. It's very strong, so I'm going to really dilute it, spray them, and I have a clear container I put them in, and I'll leave them there for a month. I have a glass dome I'm going to put this one under because it's just so pretty, and I want to have it in here, but I don't want it to, like, if there's anything on it, for it to be able to go to other plants, which I don't think it does, but you never think you do. You just need to take that extra step of precaution, because I've heard horror stories. Speaking of which, I had an orchid for like 3 months, and like it was all by itself, and it just started having mealybugs that were visible to me. And luckily it wasn't around any of my other plants, but like I'd had it for quite a while before they showed up, and I'm guessing that they were like in the folds. It was my lady slipper orchid. It has since died, RIP. But anyways, you know what I mean. Like, sometimes you won't see pests until much later. So I just isolate these, give them a diluted bath, repot some of them, and then after that time period passes, they get to join the rest of their now new plant family. So I hope that you enjoyed this video. I'm going to put the names of all of these things down below, simply because I don't know all their names, and maybe you do. Maybe you can tell me at the timestamps what is what. So thank you so much for watching. Be sure to like and subscribe, and join me next time. Goodbye!